What's up, Wassa? Alright, so this is basically the tutorial. Mainly gonna be for showing you how to get that glued effect on the drop. This is a new tune I'm working on. It's all original. Everything written by me, everything made by me. And I'm just gonna go through. There's no build-up. There is a drop, but there is no build-up yet. I haven't gotten to that part yet. But we'll go through and I'll show you the EQ settings that I have on my basses and what I use to make everything sound cohesively glued. And this is pretty much where it goes. These are the drums. I'll show you how to make drums in another video if you want. So here's the drop. I'll let you hear it and then I'll show you. Alright, so that's basically the drop. I'll show you how it's done. Basically, it's all done in massive or silent. I've used them both. What I usually do, each channel is affected on its own. Each bass, if you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Each one of them is affected in its own specific way. I usually like to use Ableton Saturator, pushed all the way the fuck up. A sidechain compressor, sidechaining the kick only, and an EQ8 with a high and a low cut, just to remove some sound information because it ends up getting in the way during the mix. Just a slight boost right around where the kick drum's at, just to bring the bass out, and a brick wall limiter. Like I said, each specific bass is EQ'd or affected in its own way. This one is, basically what you gotta do is, you gotta go through and spike your EQ like this. Find the sounds that sound like crap and get rid of them by dipping them out like that. That's how you get like a really clean mix, really high quality sound. Then what I do is I group all the basses together into one group called drop, and I run them through an effects chain that looks something like this. It goes from homicide, which is distortion, just a little bit of homicide just to bring out the mid highs and the highs, just to get that little crispy grit sound. And I like to throw in a little bit of pre-distortion, because this pre-distortion throws distortion before it runs through this chain. So it just gives it just sounds, homicide's the shit. Epic verb, very slight, just you notice it's barely wet, just to give it a little bit of ambience. Everything else is basically a stock setting. Tornado is made by Sugar Bites. It's really awesome. It's one of those glitch effects. I use it for this one right here called Just In. It's a distortion. It sounds really good. It's sort of like, I want to say it's like a distortion plus a sausage fattener all in one. It just has this like in-your-face sound that sausage fattener doesn't have. Then I run it through a fab filter, not doing much because everything else was already EQ'd on its own. So I run it through a fab filter to EQ everything together, and I push it exactly where my kick drum is, which is at around 100. This is 91.5 hertz. I boost this just a little bit because the sidechain is, every time the kick hits, it pulls this frequency out, because this is exactly where my kick's at. So when the sidechain hits and it pulls this out, once the sidechain releases, this helps the bass get right back to where it was a lot quicker. And it's the same frequency as the kick drum, so it all sounds like it's coming from the same family. Then I have it running through a sidechain compressor, sidechaining only the kick, and then a brick wall limiter. This is every one of my bass channels runs through this because they're grouped together in this group called drop. Then drop is sent about 3/4 of the way to sausage fattener, and if you notice, the color is shot way the fuck up and the fatness is up a little bit, doing what sausage fattener does best. Basically, bro, that's it, man. That's my effects chain for bass. I think it makes everything sound pretty goddamn nicely glued. I'll play the song from the beginning again so you can hear it. Just remember that there is no build-up. And that's it, bro. I hope you learned something. If you got any questions, let me know. If you want me to show you how to do drums, let me know. If you want me to show you how to make a bass on Massive, let me know. I got you.